Hello everyone, welcome back. After a very long time, I'm doing a book review. So today I'm going to review this book. You guys can see it's Yellow Face. This book is literally a quite bestseller, so I thought to give it a try. So here we are. So let me tell you the brief of the book. So there is this girl, her name is June Hayward. She is an unsuccessful writer. And there is this another girl, her name is Athena Liu. She is a very successful writer. Now the story is something like this. Athena and June, they both were schoolmates. They were together in their high schools and they've done all their literature studies together. But our June somehow didn't happen to be successful, but like a very perfect woman, very successful. Then June was quite jealous of Athena that we both started our career on the same note. We both started everything together. We were studying in the same school, working on the same project. How did she become so much popular all the time, New York bestseller author or writer, and why she's not able to give a single nice book? Now these two people are living in this town called DC, okay? So Athena had no any other friend in the town DC. So this both people, used to hang out together once in a month or twice or something like that. And every time this June meets her, she's always feeling overwhelmed by her charming personality that she's not able to take. What happens is one day these two people were hanging out and then they decide to do an after party. So Athena invites June for the after party to her place where she had some nice whiskey and things like that. These both girls ended up in her apartment, in Athena's apartment. While doing all these things, they were having fun and they got this competition of eating pancake. While they were having this competition, eating entirely all the pancake with all their mouthfuls. Suddenly, the pancake got stuck in Athena's throat and Athena started choking. Because of this constant choking, she is deleted from the world by herself. It's no one's fault. And this all things happened in front of June. June was there trying to help her, calling 911, everything in her power. She is just trying to save her friend, but nothing happened, and Athena is dead. Now, before this entire death and pancake scenario, Athena showed June her work, her recent project that she was working on. It was about World War II and some Chinese laborers and their lives, how they dealt with World War situations and American people and this and that. This was a very big manuscript, and what June did was she stole in that manuscript. In this one incident, this entire book is revolving around. Now then, what happens when June stole and how they published and etc. everything. This is the storyline, the review time. The positive points about this book are what? So the positive points are this book is written so amazingly. Like from the very first chapter, you will be literally in the world of June and Athena's literally publishing little fair little magical world. Like you will just get involved in this book from the very beginning. That's what. Second point that I believe is the character development in this book is quite amazing. That you will not hate June Hayward for stealing or doing whatever, or you will not hate Athena for whatever June's hatred is towards her. Like this two characters, June and Athena, this entire story revolves these two characters, but you won't hate any of them. The way it is written, the way the book is written, you will at some point might feel maybe she's right, maybe she's not right. This honest, apart from the review, I had to say this honesty yapping about the book is this book is literally shows the real human emotion. It is very natural for a friend to feel jealousy for the another friend. But will we ever accept? We ourselves, we would never accept. But here it is his entire character, here is his entire girl accepting every truth and every true emotion that she's feeling in this book. How this idea will come. Everyone, like main protagonist in this book is jealous and is completely villain. Main protagonist is stealing things, stealing manuscript of a girl, of a woman who is a big writer, who is very famous when she's dying. Like, how to villainize that? How to villainize that? Just tell me. Now, the third part that I believe is the best part about this book is this book talks about racism and Chinese American racist mentalities, World War II, and Chinese labor's involvement in World War II. Where we just take this one scenario about stealing books and publishing the literature, there are many more things this book is talking about apart from the main storyline and apart from whatever the story is going on. This is a very nice thing. I believe that where you in while reading a fiction book, you tend to learn a lot of new things. Is the best thing that I believe in a book can be. Fourth one, this book, this is very nice. As a reader, I always wonder how this publishing things and everything works. This book will tell you, inform you, literally the entire process of publishing a book. Like from literal raw manuscript to the entire publishing of the book, how it got published, how it gets out to the normal bookstores and etc, everything. The fifth point, as important as it is, this also talks about the dark side of the publishing industry. Literally, I mean, I believe it's a fictional work, but that still can be true, where I truly believe authors and writers literally has to lose their spark in their writing, because publishers need something spicy, masaledar, something like best, something plot and this and that, some maybe something controversial or something. But many times I think it might happen when a author is trying to do something else with the book, but in the process of editing and this and that, the original book loses its spark. Okay, whatever it is though. And last but not the least, sixth, this book is something so different than I have ever read. The main protagonist is not a hero, but is the main protagonist, it's the main character of the book. And the antagonist, we cannot actually call Athena antagonist, but still as it is, because Athena was very dead in the very beginning of the book, so she cannot be antagonist. But you'd never know if she is. You have to read that book, though. It creates a very this entire book, like from here to here, it goes very smoothly. I would be like, even more than this. Yes, still here, like it's just, you see, it's a very small, like this much is a flow, like a literal flow. The story is flowing, it's going on, it's literally a fiction work. Something is keep happening, and that is something not tragic, not something so much special, something big or like that. It's just going on. Then suddenly the plot twist, which was very predictable from the very beginning of the book. You would always know. If you are reading this, if you have already read a lot of thriller and mystery thriller kind of novels, you will know. But then I was actually, in the beginning, I was feeling so disappointed in the plot and what the thing, why is it? But then I realized this is not a thriller book. Guys, you have to know, this is not a thriller book. This is fiction. This novel comes under fiction genre. Last but not the least, I believe the main protagonist isn't hero. She is a normal human who feels all the normal emotions like jealousy, like a tender jealousy, but she never wished that Athena wants to be dead or something like that. It's just that she feels that way. She's jealous. She wants all the luxury. She wants fame. She wants to be famous. She wants her book to be everywhere around the world. But it's not happening. It's someone else who is her classmate. They both started on the same way. And it's very obvious for a person to feel this way when someone is literally on the top and you are a nobody. Literally, I was thinking, if she is a girl who has stolen the book, then why she isn't in the villain side? Why she is the narrator of the book? But while slowly continuing the book, you'll understand she isn't villain. Athena isn't villain. Nobody is villain. Everyone did what they had to do. That's that. And the writing style is amazing. Not hard English, I would say, but somewhere, very rarely somewhere, the phrases that I used is quite literary, and that is what makes it quite different than the other books, I would say. Yeah, other than that, the English is quite easy, very easy, and this book talks about racism and all those major issues. Prefer to write this kind of stuff because where I believe other writers would not prefer to write those kind of things where they can be. But this author has literally guts to write this kind of things. American, Chinese things. It's a quite nice novel. There are a few negative points, I believe. First, very unnecessary small details is also there. Slow pacing book is this. Like it's very slow like that. At some point in the middle of the book I literally lost interest. I'm like, okay, let me, but as you guys know, even if it is boring, not worthy of my time, I will give it my time because I started it. I can't just leave it. That's the whole point. I hate reading slums and I hate to DNF my book. I cannot just do that. Second, I believe this book is quite overhyped. Like, overhyped, I would say. Hyped is fine. This book should be hyped, okay? Like, yeah, it's a good book. Everyone should read this. Everyone must give it a try. But I'm saying overhyped. Like, literally. How much people are talking about it? Like, literally talking about it. I didn't think it is that much. Or maybe it's for me. For me, it was not that. It's a 3.7 star read. A literal legit 3.7. It is that good. That's what I'm saying. It's that good book for me. Like 3.7. Yeah. So that's it for today. If you have already read this book and if you liked it, tell me in the comment section how is it. And if you haven't, go and give it a try. It's a very nice book. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.